Hello, and welcome to the League of Statistics. I'm Zurza, and
in this video, we will break down the math behind the true strength of Relic Shield started on 80 carries in comparison to Doran Shield. Jumping right into a quick comparison of the items, I have listed a side-by-side comparison of each item's stats. As both items function to improve lane sustainability, that is what we'll be focusing on with these items. On the surface, Doran Shield seems to be the superior choice, as it has 5 more health, gives 1.25 health per second, increases damage to minions by 5, and even grants 2 health per second for 10 seconds after taking damage. All Relic Shield has going for it, stat-wise, is 2 gold per 5 seconds, a passive that equates to 0.375 health per second, and is 100 gold cheaper. This 100 gold is vitally important to what makes Relic Shield stronger, so keep it in mind as we go forward. Now, onto the math and breaking down these items. As stated, Doran Shield has 80 health, 1.25 health per second, does 5 additional damage to minions, and grants 2 health per second for 10 seconds when damaged. It costs 450 gold, so it only allows the purchase of 1 potion, amounting to 150 extra effective health. Relic Shield has 75 health, 2 gold per 5 seconds, 0.375 health per second from its passive, and an initial 30 extra health from starting with 2 charges. It costs 350 gold, so it allows for the purchase of 3 potions, amounting to 450 extra effective health. We can then convert each into the following equations, where X stands for time in seconds, and Y stands for effective health. Now we can't just plug in these equations and get a straight answer, because Doran Shield has a conditional variable in how much regen it grants based on if you're taking damage or not. So instead, we'll plug in the best case scenario, where the passive is constantly active, and the worst case scenario, where the passive is never active, to give us a range of values. Doing so, we get this graph. It shows that at worst, Relic Shield outsustains Doran Shield for the first 113 seconds of regenerating health, and at best, the first 371 seconds of regenerating health. Notice, I put it as seconds of regenerating health, not seconds after the game started. What's important to remember is health regeneration is only applicable when you are not at full health. So, when taking Relic Shield, you can think of it as having a timer that only ticks down when you are not at full health. This means, even in the worst case scenario, in which one is constantly being damaged, Relic Shield remains better for at least the first 4 minutes of the game. In actuality, this means Relic Shield is the superior choice for lane sustain for at least 5 minutes and 52 seconds on average, taking the average time between the two extremes and adding the time it takes minions to reach the lane, which is about 110 seconds. Remember, this is the bare minimum average time, so Relic Shield has the potential to remain better sustain option for the first 8 minutes to even 10 minutes of the game, when this form of sustain is most important. Now, we've shown Relic Shield is the better sustain option for the early minutes of the game, but unlike Doran Shield, Relic Shield offers more than just sustain. During all this time, Relic Shield is also generating 2 gold every 5 seconds. Using the bare minimum average of time, 242 seconds, results in getting in roughly 97 extra gold by the time Doran Shield outsustains Relic Shield. Furthermore, every Relic Shield proc means more gold for your support. Taking the base gold of each minion type and averaging it out, you end up getting roughly 26 gold per proc. This results in 3.25 gold per 5 seconds, increasing as the game goes on for your support, plus the initial 2 charges. This ends up being about 209 extra gold, again using the bare minimum average time. This means Relic Shield ends up giving an extra 306 gold in the first 5 minutes and 52 seconds of the game, almost paying for itself in that time. The benefits of Relic Shield doesn't end at gold generation. After accruing 650 gold through the item and upgrading it to Targon's Brace for 500 gold, the ADC gains the Shield Battery passive. This grants a 255 to 340 shield based on level that generates while out of combat or triggering Spoils of War, comparing this to Bloodthirster's Shield, which is a 50 to 350 shield based on level that requires you to do damage and decays out of combat. We can clearly see how strong the Shield Battery passive is. Furthermore, you have to take into account the Battery Shield effect is only an 800 gold investment on top of other benefits, versus the 3,700 gold investment to get Bloodthirster's Shield on top of other benefits. So, it functions as a cheap and effective source of added survivability on top of early sustain and gold generation that can easily be sold off for profit when its slot is needed for other items.
now, wasn't that fun? Let's try something else.
With a preseason patch looming on the horizon, there are many overhauls being done. The new rune system is the primary focus of these changes, but there are also changes being done to the support items, which obviously includes Relic Shield. Relic Shield currently has received 2 buffs that increase sustain and gold generation supports lost by removing masteries. The first buff integrates the Bandit Mastery into the item, granting 3 gold for ranged champions when they hit an enemy with a basic attack on a 5-second cooldown. Best case scenario, this adds 3 gold per 5 seconds, but with human error and other factors we can have the rate to about 1.5 gold per second. This would add 73 extra gold in the first 5 minutes and 52 seconds of the game, which when added to the previous total results in 379 gold, This means, on average, Relic Shield will now pay for itself before Doran Shield outsustains it. The second buff causes Relic Shield's procs to restore 2% of missing health on top of the base 15 to both champions. To help represent the significance of this change, I will be using this graph which has Tristana's health scaling by level, which can be changed to any percentage missing health. This will help show how much time this can add in Relic Shield's favor. The equations to recreate this graph will be provided in the description for those who want to mess around with it further, but for time and simplicity's sake, I'm going to look at 50% missing health for the first 6 levels. This will give us a general sense of how the change is impacting sustain, but keep in mind we are looking at the average of only one missing health percentage. As such, in-game results will differ from these numbers due to the multitude of variables at play, but these numbers still serve as a middle range of what you can expect. Setting it to level 1 and 50% missing health, we can see how drastic this change is and how much more sustain you get from Relic Shield over Doran Shield. Inputting the numbers, we can see that the change under these circumstances adds 37 seconds on average to Relic Shield out-sustaining Doran Shield. Now moving on, I will quickly go through the next 5 levels and their numbers. Something to notice as I go through the levels and their numbers is how many more seconds are added to the average each time Tristana levels up. From level 1 to 3, it increases by roughly 5 seconds each level, while 3 to 5 it increases by roughly 6 seconds each level, and 5 to 6 it increases by roughly 7 seconds. Just like how the value of scaling stats increases with each level, instead of being a flat number multiplied by your level, Relic Shield now also gains increasing sustain with each subsequent level. By level 6, we see Relic Shield adding on average a total of 66 seconds, so a little over a minute of time where it will outsustain Doran Shield. This shows it is a significant buff to the item that tips the balance of power between it and Doran Shield even further in its favor. Relic Shield might even push Doran Shield out of the AD carry meta, as it will provide too many benefits in too many situations to be passed up. This leaves us with the question we should have been asking about Relic Shield from the start. Is this the way the item was intended to be used? The answer is an obvious no. It was designed for supports, and in that role it functions just fine. The problem now becomes, an attempt to modify its power to dissuade AD carries from buying it could also negatively impact its usage by supports. However, there's a very quick, simple, and easy temporary solution that Riot can implement to give them more time to sort out the situation. The solution is to make Relic Shield a melee-only item, eliminating its viability completely as an AD carry item. The only drawback to such a solution is removing the item as an option for Thresh, making him only able to release the Ancient Coin line of items. As I said, this would be a band-aid fix, giving the balance team time to find other options to fix the underlying issue, and eventually removing the melee-only restriction once it has been fixed. In closing, Relic Shield should be the go-to option for AD carries over Doran Shield in the vast majority of situations, as it not only outsustains Doran Shield early on, but also provides benefits throughout the game, while Doran Shield does not. Come the preseason, this dynamic will be even more favored for Relic Shield as it gains significant buffs while Doran Shield remains unchanged. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. For updates on videos, be sure to follow us on Twitter. And from everyone here at the League of Statistics, thank you for watching. I'd also like to take some time to thank Riot Phreak for discussing this topic with me and for providing me the equation for how stats scale with level.